What makes MSC cruises so affordable? 12 hidden truths uncovered. Have you ever spotted an MSC cruise offer and thought it seemed too good to be true? A week-long voyage, ocean view suite, beverages, and internet access bundled together for less than what you spent on your most recent supermarket trip. Your skepticism is justified. MSC has transformed into the maritime industry's greatest enigma. Their vessels resemble luxurious floating hotels, yet their rates are more affordable than a budget roadside inn with uncomfortable beds and broken vending machines that keep your money. What's the real story behind these prices? Do passengers secretly work as janitors to earn these discounts? Are the safety vests made from newspapers? Not at all. However, there's a genuine explanation for how MSC achieves this feat, and it's probably not what you're expecting. In this analysis, we'll expose 12 authentic explanations for these incredibly low costs. We'll explore everything from concealed business strategies to expense reductions so clever they've remained unnoticed. And believe me, the final revelation will forever change your perspective on ocean travel. Let's begin our investigation. Reason 1. No public ownership structure. The first explanation: absence of public shareholders. MSC operates without stockholders constantly pressuring them for profits. This invisible factor keeps their costs remarkably low, though most travelers never recognize this advantage. Unlike corporations such as Carnival, Royal Caribbean, or Norwegian, MSC isn't publicly traded. Instead, it remains under the control of a single influential family, the Apontes, who make all major decisions privately. There are no quarterly earnings reports, no investor complaints, no stock market pressures, and this distinction is crucial. Publicly traded cruise companies focus obsessively on immediate returns. When their financial performance drops, share values plummet. This explains why we observe other companies frequently modifying reward programs and increasing costs, alienating even their most faithful customers. MSC avoids this competitive trap. They're implementing a patient, long-term approach. They're so committed to this strategy that they provide a loyalty-matching service, recognizing your elite status from competing cruise companies just to convince you to make the switch. Their focus isn't on your initial voyage, it's on your 10th booking. Consider this comparison. Carnival operates like a massive corporation accountable to thousands of investors. MSC functions like your wealthy acquaintance's family enterprise, where their only obligation is satisfying you as their customer. When you're searching for value, this fundamental difference means everything. Reason 2. Their maritime cargo dynasty. The second explanation: their worldwide shipping empire. MSC operates as more than just a cruise company. It's actually the recreational division of a global cargo transportation network so enormous that their cruise discounts represent mere pocket money. The complete company name is Mediterranean Shipping Company. While you might recognize them for their luxury floating resorts, that's merely their entertaining side project. Their primary operation involves transporting massive quantities of cargo across all the world's oceans. We're discussing hundreds of container vessels, cargo trains, and ports under their direct ownership, constantly moving everything from smartphones to tropical fruits around the globe. They essentially function as the Amazon Prime delivery service of international waters. Here's their brilliant strategy. Those shipping revenues subsidize your vacation costs, while competing cruise lines must generate all their income from overpriced beverages and shore excursions. MSC already accumulates billions through their other operations. It's similar to when a billionaire opens a restaurant purely for enjoyment. They're unconcerned if the hamburgers lose money because their oil investments cover all expenses. MSC's cargo operations serve as their oil wells. So when you reserve that $299 Caribbean cruise, You're not simply receiving a bargain, you're benefiting from a supply chain that transports half the merchandise currently in your house. Next time you're enjoying a drink on deck, imagine this scenario. Somewhere in the Pacific Ocean, there's an MSC cargo vessel loaded with footwear and televisions that's making your affordable vacation financially possible. That's the industry's best-kept secret. Your budget cruise isn't actually budget-priced. You're just not the one covering the full cost. The shipping containers are paying full price, and they don't even receive complimentary drink packages. Reason 3. The onboard revenue strategy. The third explanation, the upselling system, where your budget goes on its own vacation. MSC's incredibly affordable base rate isn't a genuine bargain, it's carefully designed bait. A $60 per night cruise with complimentary meals appears to have solved the vacation puzzle. However, once you're stranded at sea, their true money-making machine activates, and it's engineered to make your finances feel queasy. Imagine entering an amusement park for minimal cost, only to discover every attraction requires additional payment. Want wine? That's $12. Desire a quality steak? That costs $39. Some travelers even report being billed for requesting a dry towel from the pool attendant, and don't get comfortable because nothing aboard these ships happens by accident. That stunning crystal staircase in the main lobby isn't just photogenic, it's a psychological pathway leading to the jewelry boutique. The gelato counter beside the swimming pool is strategically positioned. The bowling lanes adjacent to the bar are deliberately planned. Every hallway represents a masterpiece in revenue generation. Here's how their system operates. You board feeling brilliant for securing a $499 deal. But by your third day, you've used your cruise card more frequently than a compulsive gambler at a slot machine. A $29 cocktail-making workshop? Absolutely. A $19 sushi preparation class? Why refuse? $12 premium coffee mysteriously charged 3 times daily. Whoops. MSC isn't marketing cruises. They're selling temptations disguised as luxury experiences. Even the ship's design functions as a spending funnel. Need to travel from your cabin to the dining room. You'll walk past the casino, the tax-free shop, 2 cocktail lounges, and an impromptu art sale. Resistance isn't impossible, it's just costly. And here's the catch. Everything seems voluntary. You could theoretically cruise without spending another cent. But once vacation mindset kicks in, indulge yourself becomes your financial motto. You didn't travel this far to drink tap water and miss the silent dance party, correct? MSC understands exactly how much self-control you packed. Hint, not very much. Their ships are floating shopping centers that smile and masquerade as vacations. That $60 nightly bargain transforms into $200 daily faster than you can say just this one time. So next time you encounter a cruise deal that seems impossibly good, remember it likely is. MSC isn't just transporting you across the ocean. They're steering your spending habits like a navigation system. Reason 4. Experience categories decoded. The fourth explanation, experience tiers, MSC's psychological mastery. They don't market cabins, they market lifestyles. It sounds elegant, but it's upselling disguised as customization. You're not simply reserving a room, you're selecting a way of life. Bella, Fantastica, Aurea, or the exclusive yacht club. Want to select your dining schedule? That's not available with Bella. Craving room service breakfast? That's a Fantastica benefit. Prefer priority boarding and skipping lines? That requires Aurea. Feel like royalty and want to avoid crowds, packed elevators, and occasional budget cruise chaos? You'll need to take out a second mortgage for the yacht club. Here's their genius approach. It's all an illusion of options. Features that feel standard on competing cruise lines become paid exclusives at MSC. Amenities locked behind tier requirements. The Yacht Club elevates this concept further, creating a ship within a ship, providing private swimming areas, lounges, and restaurants for those willing to pay for tranquility. And here's the brilliant part. By the time you've navigated through all the customization choices, you've spent $300 beyond your budget, and you're delighted because it felt like your decision, not their manipulation. MSC didn't invent cruise class hierarchies, but they've mastered the technique of making you pay more for less, while making you feel like you've outsmarted the system. It's not just a cruise, it's behavioral psychology traveling at 20 knots. Reason 5. The reality about room dimensions. The fifth explanation, compact cabins. MSC plays a clever game of cruise ship space optimization with your accommodation. Those incredible prices come at the literal cost of square footage. An MSC interior room averages 151 square feet. Compare that to Royal Caribbean's 172 or even Carnival's 158. On paper, they're just statistics. In practice, try getting dressed without hitting the bathroom door with your elbow. Here's why this matters. Smaller rooms enable more rooms. More rooms allow more guests. More guests generate more drink packages, more excursions, more everything that actually produces their revenue. MSC recognizes that most budget-conscious travelers care more about the destinations than their pillow selection. So they reduce the room sizes, lower the prices, and let you discover just how inventive you can become with 151 square feet of personal space. Reason 6. Utilizing older, more affordable vessels. The sixth explanation, mature ships. Not every MSC vessel is a brand new megaship equipped with robotic bartenders and skydiving simulators. Actually, a significant portion of their fleet has been navigating the seas since your flip phone era. Ships like the MSC Harmonia first sailed in 2001, the MSC Lyrica in 2003. These veteran vessels don't feature flashy technology or Instagram-worthy attractions, but they possess one enormous advantage: reduced operational costs. No billion-dollar construction loans to repay, no cutting-edge systems requiring maintenance, just reliable, straightforward cruising that allows MSC to offer prices that make you verify the decimal point. Sure, you won't discover a roller coaster at sea or a virtual reality arcade, but here's what you do receive: functioning elevators, swimming pools that don't charge admission, and that classic ocean breeze, all for half the cost of floating theme parks. MSC's smart strategy. They understand not everyone requires a ship that performs acrobatics. Some travelers simply want a comfortable bed, quality food, and ports that don't require a second mortgage to visit. So while other companies obsess over who has the largest water slide, MSC's older ships continue delivering the essentials brilliantly and transferring the savings directly to your wallet. Sometimes the best values come with a touch of vintage appeal. Reason 7. The Mediterranean cuisine cost-cutting approach. The seventh explanation, Mediterranean menus. MSC's secret technique for controlling costs isn't just about what they serve, it's about what they exclude. Forget endless hamburger stations and midnight buffets. This is Italian cruising, not an unlimited eating establishment. While American cruise lines pile plates with cheese fries and nacho mountains, MSC's kitchens create handmade pasta and wood-fired pizzas. Here's the cost-saving brilliance. Mediterranean cuisine is naturally less expensive to produce. Olive oil instead of barbecue sauce, fresh herbs rather than processed cheese. And that all-day pizza station isn't just delicious, it's a strategic budget decision. But fair warning, this represents the most controversial aspect of the MSC experience. If your definition of fine dining is chicken nuggets, you might experience culture shock. While some find the food authentic and delicious, many others consider it bland and disappointing. You'll find abundant espresso and gelato, but good luck locating a decent cheeseburger. No midnight buffets means less waste, allowing MSC to provide quality without the excessive costs of attempting to satisfy everyone. So while other lines discard tons of uneaten fries, MSC serves focaccia. It's not cutting corners, it's cutting the right corners. Reason 8. The narrow profit margin domination strategy. The eighth explanation, thin margin tactics. MSC isn't simply offering inexpensive cruises. They're implementing a ruthless long-term strategy that's disrupting the entire industry. This isn't discounting, this is market domination. While competitors nickel and dime passengers to satisfy shareholders, MSC employs the opposite approach. It's identical to the strategy Japanese automakers used to enter the American market. Lead with low-cost options to build customer loyalty and market share, then introduce premium lines later. They'll gladly accept razor-thin profits today if it means securing your loyalty for decades. Consider this. Their aggressive American expansion isn't about immediate profits. It's about saturating the market with irresistible offers until MSC becomes your automatic first choice for cruise searches. They're not trying to win your vacation. They're trying to reshape your vacation instincts. Because once you associate cruising with MSC deals, they've already succeeded, even if it takes 10 bookings to truly profit. Reason 9. Controlling the shipbuilding process. The ninth explanation, shipbuilding control. MSC doesn't simply purchase cruise ships, they dominate their construction. While other companies wait years for shipyards to deliver, MSC controls the process through massive long-term partnerships. They don't own the shipyards, but they place multi-billion-dollar orders for entire ship classes simultaneously with two key partners, Fincantieri in Italy and Chantier de l'Atlantique in France. This provides them enormous negotiating power and efficiency levels others cannot match. This eliminates arguing with contractors over expenses, delays from third-party builders, just pure, unfiltered efficiency that removes millions from each new ship's cost. While competitors debate whether to add a climbing wall or sushi bar, MSC has already moved to the next vessel, designed precisely to maximize onboard spending and, naturally, your enjoyment. The outcome? They build faster, cheaper, and smarter. Other cruise lines order from a menu. MSC has a long-term contract with the entire restaurant. Reason 10. The European Ferry Operating Model. The 10th explanation, the European Ferry Model. Ever been on an MSC cruise in the Mediterranean and felt like you were at a bus terminal? One day in Naples, a massive crowd disembarks. The next day in Genoa, a completely new group boards. It seems chaotic, but it's actually one of MSC's most brilliant and ruthless business strategies. In North America, cruises are round-trip journeys, but in Europe, MSC operates their ships like a city bus on a continuous loop. They sell tickets from Rome to Marseille, from Genoa to Barcelona, all on the same voyage. The moment a cabin is vacated by a Spanish family, it's occupied by an Italian one. Here's why this makes your cruise affordable. They maintain practically zero empty cabins ever. While other lines might sail with 10% of their rooms unoccupied, MSC's ships are packed continuously. It's less of a cruise and more of a perfectly optimized human logistics system. That constant flow of people means a constant flow of revenue. They aren't offering you a discount from kindness. They're just so efficient at filling every bed on the ship that they can afford to charge you less for yours. Reason 11. The Service Quality Gamble. The 11th explanation, the service gamble. Ever had a cabin attendant treat you like royalty, then feel invisible at the pool bar for 20 minutes? That contrast isn't entirely coincidental. It reflects how MSC manages expenses. Consider this. 5-star American-style service that's consistently smiling and proactive is incredibly expensive. It requires more staff, lower passenger-to-crew ratios, months of specialized training, not to mention higher salaries. MSC controls costs in this area. Their crew operates the ship safely and efficiently, but the company doesn't invest resources in developing the ultra-personalized service culture you might experience on Disney or Celebrity. Instead, they're betting that most passengers would prefer saving a few $100s rather than paying extra for a bartender who remembers their preferred drink. As a guest, you're making a compromise. You might receive exceptional crew service or staff who are simply doing their job, but what remains consistent is the value. MSC provides modern ships and low fares, often significantly below what North American lines charge. They save money by streamlining the service, the staff, and pass some of those savings to you. You're not paying for luxury-level attention. You're paying for modern, affordable passage and hoping excellent service comes along for the journey. Before we reveal the final and most significant reason, if you've discovered anything new in this video, or if you're suddenly reconsidering your next cruise booking, please do me a favor and click that like button. And be sure to subscribe for more cruise tips and secrets just like this. Reason 12. The major revelation. You are their strategy. The 12th explanation. The big revelation. You're an integral part of their strategy. This isn't simply about you saving some money. You're not just a fortunate guest. You are the bargain. You are the essential component of MSC's master plan. They don't just want to become the most luxurious cruise line. They want to become the one you simply cannot refuse. The one where you declare, we could choose Royal or Carnival, or we could get essentially the same experience for half the cost. That irresistible base price serves as the attraction. Every clever upsell and every sparkling staircase is part of a larger strategy to make you feel like you received an incredible deal, even if you end up spending more than originally planned. MSC isn't trying to win just one vacation from you. They're trying to reprogram how you think about cruising entirely to disrupt the whole industry. If they can make you feel intelligent about booking with them, they know they've won. And judging by their explosive popularity, it's working. You'll return. You'll recommend them to friends. You'll search their deals first next time. It's not a glitch, it's the business model. And honestly, it's quite brilliant. Now that you understand all of MSC's secrets, the education doesn't have to end. Our channel is filled with more videos designed to help you cruise smarter, with additional insider tips, secret strategies, and money-saving techniques for all the major cruise lines. So explore the other videos on our channel to continue learning, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, so should you sail MSC? Absolutely. If you know what you're walking into. Their ships are stylish, affordable, and efficient. But now you know the game. Skip the surprises. Book smart. And if you found this cruise breakdown helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more cruise secrets every week. Bon voyage and bon savings.